Good morning. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nika, and with another episode review for Queen Sugar. Last night to me felt very filler. Wasn't a whole lot, so I'm gonna run it down as quickly as possible. We opened up the episode. This is season 5, episode 8, entitled June 3rd, 2020. By the way. Now we open up the episode with Blue having nightmares about that racist cop that came along messing with him and his parents when they were trying to do their little protest. Now in the dream, the cop shoots him in the back because he's running away. And he wakes up. His first instinct was to run to his parents, but then he decided he didn't need to do that. He went back to bed to deal with it. Davis arrives at Charlie. He's beating on the door, but she's so weak and in a bad way with this virus, she's not able to open the door. So he ends up actually having to break in. She tells him that he needs a mask because she thinks she's got COVID. She was so weak she couldn't even move. So he had to get her over on her stomach. Then he called this doctor who he obviously had been conferring with and basically runs down the details of the symptoms that she said she's had. So I guess he's there to take care of her. I was thinking that he was going to immediately take her on to the hospital, but he's not. He's actually leaving her there to try to work on it. Now, that darling mama, that doggone Darlene, she stay overstepping her boundaries, and she's done it again this time when it comes to Blue. She was so excited about his IQ that and how gifted he is. She then went and got him accepted into that prestigious school that she was talking about a couple of episodes ago that the Obama girls were had attended. Yeah, she got him accepted. Darla don't want him under that kind of pressure. She was there once before. She knows how that feels. Darla says she needs some time to think on it and that she will call her mama back. Now, Vi and Nova is speaking on the phone and Ralph Angel and Darla and how happy that they are to be married, right? Then Vi asked about Nova and Calvin getting married and she said they have talked about it, but she don't think they're there yet. Vi said if he talking about marriage, you there. Nova then asked about Hollywood, and she said that they're okay. You know, I took from that conversation they were just doing a call in, check in type of thing, because that's what we did at the beginning of this situation involving C19. Family and friends that were close to me, we all called every day and checked on one another, right? Because it was the great unknown. Still is in a lot of ways, but it's better today than it was 1 year ago. Now, back at Charlie, she's still knocked out. David's taking her temperature, trying to keep an eye on her. He wakes her to move her to her bed because it's better for her to lay, in the bed to where she would be able to breathe better. She tried to protest that, but child, he got up. He swooped up and put her on in the bed so that she could try to rest better so her body can fight this infection, right? Calvin arrives home to an awaiting Nova. He coming home from that trip taking his daughter home. Remember, she flew in, he drove. She wants to discuss marriage. He wants to know if that's what, she wants. He think it's time that they make some choices because they've been together off and on for years, and he's ready. Now, over at Hollywood Vi and Prosper's, Darla calls to speak to Vi about her mother getting Blue into this prestigious private school and how she not really feeling it. She says she not letting him go, but she's upset that her mother did it, and she mentions Ralph Fanger is even considering it. And Vi said Ralph Fanger may be thinking, but he's not gonna let that boy go. That boy need family, and I said she gonna talk to Ralph Angel and Darla's mama on, what's going on as far as Blue. And I think that's what Darla wanted. She wanted somebody to speak on her behalf. She did. Because you could tell she didn't know how. I don't think Darla comfortable yet. But anyway, she was glad that Vi said she would talk to her. Now Vi is determined to help she determined to help with that situation despite Hollywood saying that they need to stay out of it. I guess nobody thinking to call or check on Charlie yet. I know that, that like I said, when this first started, me and my family did that. Well, Davis is over there at Charlie. She's sleeping, reminiscing about back when they was together, child, and how I guess he hurt her so bad. Anyway, he keep in check on her temperature on the regular to ensure that she don't eventually need to go to the hospital. She don't want to go. She said those beds are reserved for folks who may need it. She's not that bad off. Mm. He said that if she started to take a turn for the worse, he didn't care nothing about what she was talking about. He was gonna be taking her to the hospital. He even put her hair in a ponytail to keep it out of her face. He said Michael texted her, but he didn't text him back because she didn't want him to. She don't want him to know about what's going on. She feels like he should be a Michael Davis feels that she should tell Michael that she's sick. He should be afforded the right to choose if he wants to come and check on his mom. But she feel like the work he's doing right now is so important. She don't want to be a bother. Now we see Vi call Darlene. She not feeling blue being taken away to DC for no education. She asked Vi, who is she to say Blue shouldn't go? And Vi reminded her, I'm the person that practically raised him when you wouldn't or couldn't. Darlene reminded her, I sent money. Vi said, and I appreciate that, but money is something you can get back. My time ain't something you can get back. So Darlene reminded her that it's her daughter that gave birth to Blue. It's her decision. And Vi slapped her with, your daughter is the one who confided in me that she's not feeling sending Blue away to a school, no matter how good the school may be. As she and Darlene were going back and forth, Hollywood comes in and he's just listening. Darlene got so mad with Vi, who was telling her what it was hidden for and where it was going. She ended up hanging up in her face, and Vi was ready to go. Baby, Vi was super mad. She was getting ready to call back, but Hollywood stopped her, and she told him. He told her that she's fighting battles that ain't theirs. She said, "What did she tell him?" I think she told him, um, she not having it. She will not have that little boy being taken away from his family. She was pissed to the highest point. And I kind of feel like it was something else behind that because she done got mad at Darlene before. They all know how she is. But it was something more, and maybe we'll find out in episodes to come. Now, at Ralph Angel and Darla's, she's saying that she can't fathom sending Blue away to DC for a school. He feels it may be good, but he can't protect him always. She said they can teach him everything he needs to know right there in the comforts of their own home and their locale. Okay. She said there's nearby schools that they can educate him in. It don't have to be no school way far away that no Obama's girls attended. So Darla basically said no. Now Charlie, on the other hand, is having a rough time dealing with COVID. She worried about Davis being infected. He's not. She upset at how awful she feeling, and he tries to comfort her. Look, everybody gets sick sometimes. It's the good that you got somebody here that cares about you. Ralph Angel and Hollywood FaceTime and drinking and talking. They enjoying the new cognac that he gifted Ralph Angel with, talking about that they're good black women that both of them have. Hollywood admits that he missed having his man cave time with the boys. He even said that, since he couldn't open up the man cave, he may start doing more of these little FaceTime Zoom situations, you know, but he'll figure that out. Then Vi surprises Hollywood with a nice spread just for him. She just wanted to show her man some appreciation, so she has made him some of his favorite foods. to include his mama's mac and cheese, just like Miss Willa May would have made it. She knows he's not okay, and he don't have to pretend with her is what she told him. She said they can work on things that matter going forward. You know, since dealing with this COVID situation has been such a trying thing for everybody, instead of keeping their energies focused on the negative, it's a lot of good mess they could get involved in, and that's what she wants for them going forward. Now, Nova and Calvin were in bed asleep, but she wakes up and ends up going to her laptop, and she started reading about something that happened to some young black man. All I know is something about he was paralyzed, and I don't know if was that the young man that they were talking about that Calvin was once present while he was beaten by police, or if this is a new situation. All I know is she's surrounding herself with trying to do right for her people, as she always has. She's an activist, she pro black, she into it. Now, Darla Collin told Vibe Blue is not going, is settled, and Hollywood was happy. He happy a decision was made. Then he suggested that maybe he should start doing the Zooms with the fellas to stay in touch since the man cave can't open because of the COVID restrictions, and Violet agreed. And then he spoke to her about how hard Zai went at Darlene about Blue and the education thing. Vi said she deserved it, trying to uproot Blue and everything. But he feels like it's more to that, just like I said. So he tell her, when you ready to tell me why you actually went off, holler at me. I'm here for it. Now, Charlie wakes up to see Davis is still there. He was asleep, but he woke up. Her breathing is much better. She realizes he stayed up with her, making sure she was okay, and she feels bad for invading his life like that. But he sees it differently. Apparently, he don't mind being there, and he wanted to see her get better, and he's happy that she is beginning to see her better. She admits she was scared, and he said he was scared too when he first got there. He offered to call the family for her, but she talking about her family got a lot on their plates right now, and he reminded her that they would want to know. She don't want to deal with their questions and concerns right now. She just want to rest, and he didn't pressure her on it. Now at Ralph Angel and Darla, we see them playing this little, I forgot what they call that child, but anyway, family time with him with the baby, and basically it's decided right then and there that the child ain't going no damn school to in DC. Darla feel like they just not starting to be a family because she missed many, many years through her addiction. So now that she got her family back together, she ain't trying to separate and divide. She don't want to do none of that. And I totally got it. And Ralph Angel was there. He was here for it because he don't want to miss no more time either. He don't ever want to go without her and his child again. And that was basically all that happened on last night's episode of Queen Sugar. Now, if I left anything out that you feel is important, please drop it in the panic section below. That's the comments, and we can talk about it from there. But this was a filler episode, and I kind of appreciated it because it's been a lot going on, and these episodes have truly been kind of heavy lately. It just was a lot, and it was also triggering because right now we are watching the trial of David Chauvin, one of the officers, you know, who who are part of George Floyd's death. It's been a lot to watch that. And just still dealing with some COVID restrictions. It's been a time in the land. So I appreciated an episode where it wasn't so heavy. I wasn't so emotional like I've been the last 2 weeks. So good job again. Even though it was a fill episode, it was a much needed episode. And that's it. That's all. You guys remember in closing, as always, you do not have to be great to get started, but you got to get started in order to be great. And it is the depth of your struggle that will determine the height of your success. Have a great remainder to your Wednesday. I plan on doing the same. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.